Howdy guys, I'm Epholo8, your favorite wolf girl enthusiast, and welcome to this video, I guess. As of today, the 12th of July, 2021, it's been 1 year since I started this whole YouTube thing, making content in a serious manner on YouTube, I should say. Happy anniversary to me, right? Like, it's been a crazy year. I just thought that I'd, sort of make a video on the subject, somewhat of a year in recap. Something to kind of like let my thoughts flow and sort of just get stuff out there. I got to give a little bit of backstory for you, my reason for doing this whole YouTube thing. And if you see me glancing over to the side, it's because I've got a little list of topics here that I want to sort of touch up on. It'll largely be a video where I kind of just talk into the camera, like probably a few cuts here and there. I hope you don't mind too much. But I guess without further ado, let's kind of get into it some. So, first things first, I guess, I'm actually recording this video a little bit in advance. Right here is where my subscriber count sits as of the 10th of July, 2021. It's pretty crazy, I gotta say. It's something special to look at, personally. I guess, sort of to talk about the origin of the channel and stuff. I started this whole thing about 2 years ago, actually, just a little bit over 2 years ago. I was doing Fire Emblem Heroes true solo videos with Spring Marissa, my very beautiful bunny in Fire Emblem Heroes, and they were a lot of fun. In that time, I amassed a whopping 38 subscribers, kind of just like putting in the minimal effort, doing the bare minimum to get by, just posting the videos to share them with friends. Sort of got in with the Fire Emblem Heroes soloing community, and it was a lot of fun. I had some good times there, but I will say that soloing isn't really my passion. I very much did not have a great time with it after a certain point. I spent so many orbs giving skills to Spring Marissa that I really just didn't have to spend because I didn't have to be doing solos. And after a while I did quit that. I gave up on it, some time passed, and well, I kind of just continued to watch Fire Emblem content on YouTube. It was sort of just like a lull in activity. I didn't really have anything to like aspire to. I didn't really have anything I was aiming for. Well, and then I guess that's about when it happened, right? Like the big stuff, like, how everything in July, everything that happened last year in July. I'm not going to like list my thoughts on that, and I'm not going to give opinions and everything like that on all of that stuff. That's been done to death and nobody cares at this point. At least not about my thoughts. They might care about others, but like, I'm not going to touch on it. Essentially, the rundown of that, personally, though, is that I felt completely devastated. Like, I legitimately did not have something to wake up for in the mornings. Like, there wasn't anything left for me. I realized just how dependent I was on this whole Fire Emblem, YouTube sort of thing, just for my happiness, for the sake of my sanity, how I would get on YouTube and just watch video. I didn't understand how impactful that was for me at the time, and it was a tremendous blow to see all of this unfold. To essentially, like, personally, I was pretty, well, like I said, I'm not going to touch on it too much, but I got super disconnected from the entire thing. I couldn't turn on a Fire Emblem video to save my life, and it's not like I was super invested in the Fire Emblem community as it was. Like, I never commented on YouTube. I legitimately did not have a single comment posted to YouTube before I started posting videos seriously. I never one time posted a comment on YouTube. Not a single video, not even in the outside the Fire Emblem community or anything. I didn't take place, like, I wasn't there for any Fire Emblem Reddits, like, very minimal presence on some gaming boards, I guess. Like Discord servers I was active in like 4 Discord servers, maybe closer to 3 when I think about it. Like, I had my personal server, which I'll touch on later. I had like 2 groups that were really just the same group, kind of just like one for friends that I'd met along the way, and one that was an offshoot of that for like Dungeons and Dragons type stuff. And like, there was an odd server here and there where I would join, post 5 times, and that would be the extent of it. I was not active. I really was not. And I believe, like, I really do believe, pretty much beyond a shadow of a doubt, that I was pretty deep in some kind of depression. Like, I got checked out, had evaluations done and stuff, and I'm gonna be straightforward, I just don't think the medical system is up to par. I don't think that they had my well-being in mind at all. I constantly got these, like, papers and stuff where they would be like, oh, just join the military, it'll be fine, you'll be better. Like, how is going and getting yelled at in the military going to help me? I don't see that being the case. And so obviously I didn't do any of that. I guess what I did, like, I had nothing left really to aspire to. I just went about my day-to-day life just not happy, not at all. I had nothing to watch on YouTube, nothing to aspire to. I was just kind of there. And so at this point I decided I would just make my own content. Like, if I didn't have anything to watch, I was just gonna make something for myself to watch, because, you know, making your own content, you're gonna watch it back in editing, especially when you're just starting out. Like, you're gonna watch it back in editing all the way through, you know, nitpick those little mistakes, get everything out of the way and whatnot. And that's what I did. That was how I kept myself sane in that amount of time, I guess. I guess I sort of had a goal at this point. It was nice to have a goal. It was nice to have something to do each day, something to wake up for, something just to square myself on. I decided at this point that I would be happy if I could grow my channel to the point where I would have 20 consistent views on each video. Didn't matter to me about comments, didn't matter to me about likes, but if I could get 20 views on each video, I was going to be very happy. And of course, I knew at the start, it's not that easy. Like, I started off getting, like, a handful of views from very kind friends that were very supportive of me and stuff. I guess a few of them that you might recognize from occasional streams and stuff, KJ McLeod and 17 Master come to mind as, like, really, really big inspirations for me. People who were very kind, very there for me, where I really didn't perhaps deserve or expect it. They kind of kept me going. It was weird. I always sort of, during this time, I found myself to be, frankly, quite a downer of a person, but they were extremely supportive, and I'm super appreciative of them even to this day. I know that 17's kind of busy and he can't always pop on streams and stuff, and I see KJ McLeod on a lot of streams, and we still talk and stuff quite a bit, and it's always a lot of fun. They watched the videos I put out at the time, and they were always a huge motivation. But it was at this time, like the first couple of videos that I posted, I still wish, I really wish I had the original thumbnail, the first one that I ever put together for a YouTube video. It was an abomination, straight up. It was awful. It was unbelievably bad. There was nothing good about it. And it was at this point I had posted the video in Mecha's Keep and, like, in a couple of other Discord servers at the time. And I guess JBR saw the thumbnail and he was like, he contacted me just shy of 200 subs himself at the time and was like, hey man, do you need help on thumbnails? And I was like, well, I mean, at first I was kind of like leery, I guess, because I was like, oh, I don't know how to interact with people who are outside of my friend group at this time. I had, like, no social skills or anything. But he contacted me. He was like, hey man, you need help? And I was like, yeah, that'd be very kind. Like, thank you for that. And he helped me out. He made the thumbnail. I'll probably, like, edit in post-production, like, right in here somewhere, the thumbnail that he made for, like, he made my thumbnails for three separate series, I believe. 2 separate series, and an overlay for one. None of which I still have, like, as the, you know, with the full files or anything, because I've got my laptop over there, the one that's destroyed, and it's out of commission. There's no getting back into that one. But yeah, he made those thumbnails for me, and I got this huge spike of motivation having good quality thumbnails at the time, what I thought was decent quality commentary for someone who was just starting off. Do keep in mind that was just for somebody starting off. I very much was aware that I was going to look back on that series and just cringe out of my mind. But yeah, that was a huge one for me. And yeah, before long, you know, sort of like plans were brewing. JBR had gotten into contact with the Averagist and some others, and we were trying to sort of, like, we wound up essentially brewing plans for a big charity stream that was going to take place in November. I was really excited for all this. Like, I couldn't believe that I'd gotten in with some, like, actual, at the time, what I'd consider to be Fire Emblem YouTubers, you know, despite, like, you know, JBR was like floating around the 200 mark. I can't quite recall, and the Averages and I were like dead on in subs at the time. He had just began as well. I can't speak to his origin story or anything, but essentially we were all just we wound up in a group chat talking and stuff, and I guess everything kind of just happened all at once. We had plans for this charity event. We wound up making a Discord server and talking to other small creators and sort of building this community sort of from the ground of small creators who either were already there or felt abandoned as well by the whole situation that had taken place in the Fire Emblem community. And yeah, it kind of just the Club was kind of just born, I guess. Like, reached out to people, you know, Jig Jetty, Blake Blast, BA Radiant Dawn, Return of Composer, you know, just to name a few. You know, there are plenty more. I just off the top of my head, you know, naming some people. But yeah, just like that, the Club was born, and since that time, we've raised, I believe, somewhere close to $7,000 for great causes all around the world. It's really been something magnificent, and I just can't believe that I got in on that, you know what I mean? Like, it's been crazy. I can't imagine what kind of luck must have unfolded for all this to happen. The Club has since grown too. Like, we've got many more great people. I'll name a few more. I've got, like, you know, Elna2, Fish Penetrator, Bahamut Raven, Daniel Crayon, Seth the Ace, you know, this goes on and on and on. There are a lot of people. Some that I won't name just sort of out of uncertainty for how out there they want to be with their internet presence and stuff. Just so many great people. And, like, this doesn't discount the real life friends that I've kept along the way too. My real life friends, well, that's a long story. That's for some other time. I'm not going to get into that here. That's way too down of a video, but I've got my friend Tucky, my friend, well, I don't know how to address him exactly because he goes by two different names, but SAO Gamer and Aragon Gamer. He's the same person. These two have been there for me. I really couldn't ask for anything more in terms of real life friends. Like, I really, really want to give these two a special shout out. Tucky, before the whole YouTube thing, he's been there for me more consistently than anybody. Like, there's not been a single person that's been there more consistently for me than Tucky. And then, like, well, it sort of applies to the story I was speaking on earlier, but there was a small disconnect between Aragon Gamer and I, and we ended up reconnecting and sort of patching up the relationship, so to speak, with each other, where, like, frankly, it was sort of torn apart by our previous friend group from high school. It was a mess of a situation, but we reconnected and we've become good friends again. And to this day, I would not be able to stream if not for his generosity, because he has allowed me to borrow, you know, a laptop of his, and that's why I'm able to stream. That's why I'm able to do what I do to this day. Like, I've pointed off to the side a couple of times now. I don't know, I'm gonna get that. Hold on, I'm gonna make a quick cut. I'm gonna get my old laptop and just show you. Yeah, see, this old monstrosity of an Acer laptop kind of got some dust on it and whatnot. See, it doesn't look so awful right now. You can see some wires poking out, but then the second that I open it up, GG. Like, yeah, so anyway, after that thing blew up on me, I wasn't able to do anything, and he very generously, you know, stopped by and let me borrow his laptop one day, and it's been, like, that's been the entire reason I've been able to keep going. Him and Tucky have both been absolutely tremendous friends for me, and I really cannot speak any higher of them. There have been some downsides. In this amount of time, I've discarded some toxicity from my life, you know, leaving certain places where I didn't need or really want to be, reevaluated some circumstances. One big downward point, honestly, is that the Averages left the Club. Like, if you happen to be watching this, man, you're a real one. I hope you're doing super well. You've been an amazing person to interact with, and I hope the best for you. I really do. But through all this, I've patched up some relationships with friends that were kind enough to give me a second chance, and I've strengthened relationships with a lot of people during this time. This past year's been huge. I've made more friends in this time than I really could have imagined. People that people that are, it's, I guess it's not saying much, just, I need to emphasize how much better these people were how much better these people are than any person, any people, any group that I've interacted with before. Both the people who have given me the second chance, as I've talked about, and these new people from the Yom Club. And even outside of the Yom Club, frequent commenters, like some of you guys really have given me this unreal motivation to keep on going. I'll name a couple. I've got a list here. I will not forget, well, I mean, I probably won't forget you. If I don't mention you here, please leave me a comment. I will heart the comment, and I will give you a nice comment as well. But like, just to name a few, there's Just Poku, my 100th subscriber Lemon, Heartless Caesar, Roa, M Knights, and man, there've been so many more. There have been so many of you guys that have given me this unreal motivation to keep on going. It's just been astonishing. It's something that I never saw coming in all of this time. Like I said, my goal when this all started was 20 views per video, and if I could get to that point, I was going to be happy. And still to this day, if I get 20 views on a video, I'm happy. That's all I need. And like, it doesn't sound like much. It doesn't seem like much. Like, this amount of subscribers and this amount of views as an average per video or whatever. It doesn't seem like much. It's just a small YouTube channel. Like, you see small YouTube channels all over the place. Small channels, like 1,000 subscribers, 2,000 subscribers. And here I am with these numbers, and I'm just consistently blown out of the water by the support, the kindness that you guys show me. And I'm just so thankful that you guys are here for all of this. It's unreal. I've made so much stuff this past year. Sound fonts, you know, Let's Plays, memes, just various videos. I've got more videos in the works even. Of note, I will say, the Lonely Mirror has been absolutely huge. The Lonely Mirror has probably been the biggest thing for me. And like, in addition to the Lonely Mirror already being a game that I love, it's been this... Really, it's been the thing that's given me this upward rise, alongside the streams, I will say. The streams, after a while, started to do pretty well, and I'm very, very pleased about that, I will say. But really, through all this, I couldn't have done it without you. You, the person, you, the one who's watching this video right now, I couldn't have done it without you. So thank you for being here, and thank you for watching throughout this sappy little video that I put together for this 1-year anniversary. Like, I'm not like a super... I'm not good at this stuff, but thank you so much for all of the support along the way. I've gone from making these little videos that I couldn't really be proud of to these videos that at this moment in time, I find them to be quite cringy, but they were my start. That's where that's where everything started off. That Epholo8 Iron Man randomizer with 10% crit on all the weapons. I don't know, it's just been a crazy year. There's been so much that I've done, and so much support from you guys. It's just unreal. I'll stop rambling though. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for all the supports, and here's hoping that we have another good year ahead of us. Really, it is only the beginning in terms of content. I'm not done yet. I'm gonna keep going as long as I'm able to, because it's been nothing but positive. I guess I'll lay a little goal out for myself here in this video. At the point of recording, my channel sees an upward growth of about 1 subscriber a day, and that puts me roughly on track to be hitting 500 by the end of the year. A little bit over 500, but I'm just gonna say 500. If this growth keeps up, I should hit 500 by the end of the year, if it's just like a continuous flow. You never know what's going to happen on YouTube, though. It could slow down, it could go faster. It's really impossible to know. But I'm going to set this little goal for myself. Here I am at this many subscribers. I've probably gone up one since I've recorded this video. But yeah, I'm just looking forward to the future, and like I said, this is only the beginning, so I guess I'll just end it here. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, I'll see you later.